Okay, so we are recording, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming. And today we get to have Adri Thompson with us. I'm pretty excited because I happen to know Adri personally, and I know the value that she brings when she presents information about oils and how it works with our different body systems. And I just have been incredibly blessed to be able to listen to a lot of her education. So Adri, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. Thank you, Karina. I'm just so excited to be here with you guys today. I'm a little nervous, but that's just what comes with the territory, right? So even when you're nervous, we can just go ahead and charge on and teach what we know and try new things. So here we go. Today, I am covering at least 2 topics here for you guys: head tension, discomfort, and how you can use these essential oils specifically on different muscles for different head discomfort locations, okay? And then I'm going to go into reflexology a little bit on oil application and why that works for certain things, because you always hear a lot of people saying, well, for sleep stuff, you put on the big toe. It's like, why though? Like, there's a reason why. So here we go. My favorite for general just massage, when you're having either head discomfort or back discomfort or something, and you have a little bit extra time, maybe it's your husband or somebody can give you a little extra TLC and actually get some massage going. So a little bit longer time spent is going to be our Aroma Touch, our massage blend. Yay. That's a pretty obvious one, right? Massage blend. I love that doTERRA puts the little extra name underneath. And if you guys didn't know that, you know, it's right under there. And adding copaiba. So I just do like a drop of each in. I get a little container or something if I'm going to be using it right then. Get some coconut oil, some raw coconut oil in there. And I just kind of mix it up. Raw coconut oil melts with your finger, okay? And it's just a little bit nicer than the fractionated, I feel like, for doing an actual little massage time, okay? And that's really great. It's going to provide then that a little bit of discomfort, soothing that discomfort as well. If you're kind of in a pinch and you're just like, I just need to rub something right there, my neck is killing me, my go-to for that is the deep blue rub plus then a drop of copaiba in just a little tiny pea-sized bit. And I find that's really, really soothing for any type of kind of acute, stressful little ache, okay, or even that zinging stuff, okay, zingy electrical feeling, a little overexcited in that nerves, okay, that copaiba, and then our pink pepper, okay, so adding pink pepper or black pepper, but I'm preferring the pink right now for that, definitely even shooting down the leg issue. You put it right on the spine, okay, you guys, so if it's gonna be going down the leg a little bit, it's right there, that lower back, like right above the sacrum, L4, L5, you're gonna really be rubbing that deep blue rub plus these 2 for more the nerve ouch issues. And then for more the, sometimes around even that time of the month, but there's a special one for that. But if you're having that ocular zinging issue, light sensitivity issue, again, with that blend, the copaiba, pink pepper, and deep blue rub, right here, right at the base of the skull is really effective for providing some relief for that. Now, if it is around that time of the month, keep in mind that it could be hormone related. Okay, so adding that Clary Calm right at the base of the skull and over your ovaries, okay, will actually help with that light sensitivity and issue going on for that time of the month. If you prefer the deep blue oil, that's great. You can make your roller. That's my go on the go, you know, help support, because I don't always travel with the deep blue rub. But those are my favorite oils, okay, for those types of issues. Now getting into different locations. So a lot of us, when we get some sort of a head discomfort, it's usually in the same spot every time. So I'm going to give you some tips on which muscles you can zero in on for those different areas, okay? So when it's a forehead discomfort, usually the culprit is this guy. I call it the supermodel muscle because when you're really, really thin, like I'm not right now, it sticks out. Okay, you can really see it. And what you're gonna do is use this part of your pointer finger and your thumb. You're gonna kind of pinch it. It's called your sternocleidomastoid, so SCM for short. And you're gonna pinch and you're gonna hold, okay, with, if you have a little bit extra time, again, that aroma touch is great, but the deep blue in a pinch. So with that oil on your hand, you're gonna be rubbing along the SCM. Okay, this is for the forehead. Okay, and you're gonna grab and then pinch the actual muscle, not the skin, okay, but the muscle there. And you're gonna hold as much pressure as hurts so good, okay? Not just painful. You might feel a blocking of pain up here, or the pain intensifies here. It can go one of two ways usually. Or it's just like pretty sensitive right there. So then you can move up and down. When it kind of releases on its own, you move. So you go, you squeeze and pinch like this. You pinch until it hurts so good, and then you remain consistent with that grip, and it will dissipate on its own. And then you can move up higher, up, down lower. Okay, and then I like to end with some extra, even peppermint by itself. It just depends on what you like, but maybe a little bit extra the oil that I've mixed up. And I just, come down a little bit, soothing. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, okay? Now I need to do the other side. I'll do that later. So hopefully that makes sense that's the forehead, okay? Not necessarily the eye, but the forehead. So temples, okay, right here, or even the entire side of your head, that one's more related to, and this comes from my massage training. I've been a massage therapist for over 15 years now. And so this is called referral pain. It's called referral pain. So that's what it's called. And so different muscle tension can cause pain to refer to different places in the body. And that's true for any muscle. So these are just for the head. This is how we can use oils to help. So temple is going to be second head trap. Now, please be doing this while I'm like showing you guys how, because a lot of people have really tight trap muscles. Okay, and I said second head trap because the trapezius muscle is our most superficial and one of the largest surface area muscles of the body. So it goes way up here, the skull, then it comes down, that's first head, second head comes out over here, third head goes back in, and the fourth head of the trap goes all the way down to T12. That's way, 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 way down here. Okay, way down here. Can you see me? Okay, that's one muscle. It's very superficial. So it covers a lot of surface area in the body on the back. All right, the next one would be the lats. Okay, they cover that whole lower back section. So the second head trap really responds to this area. So again, grab that oil, you rub it in. Okay, and this one, you're going to use your opposite arm. And you're gonna do another pinch. This one's more like this. And you're gonna pinch. And my baby's awake, my husband's getting her. Okay, another good one, if you're not pregnant, okay, this is a forbidden pregnancy point, right in the middle here. Don't push down if you are pregnant, okay? But a great way to provide relief is to push straight down on the trap, okay? And now it is a back muscle. Many of us, we have hunched shoulders and our chin juts out, and that just makes that muscle actually hold a lot of weight. And that's a lot of times why it's very tight. Okay, so push that shoulder back, put it back into place. Okay, that should soften it by itself even and provide a little bit relief for that discomfort, that's been referred. Okay, making sense, hopefully. All right, we've got two more areas that a lot of people have the typical discomfort in the head here. So right next to your spine on either side, you're gonna be grabbing like this and pinching, okay? And that one more has to do with that discomfort that comes up and over your back of the skull. Makes sense? It usually comes up and is either top of the head or just kind of through the back. Okay, sometimes it's zingy even. So adding definitely that copaiba or pink pepper for that kind of tingly up is going to be really great, because you're hitting where those nerves come out of your spine. And the light is changing in here, so sorry, like a bright love. So that's going to be on both sides. And again, with that holding, you hold so you feel that hurts so good, and then you're going to move up and down based on how long it takes. Okay, so it might take a little bit, and then that one I like to rub down as well when I'm done with both pads of my fingers. Okay, rubbing straight down, and then ending coming up, because again, usually we have our chins coming forward. Okay, now our chins being forward is gonna cause a lot of tension back here and a chronic issue with that, either head discomfort there or even behind the eye, as much as a lot of doctors diagnose it as being that overactive nerve stuff that I'm not gonna say though. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we want to end being this way. Think double chin. I know, we never like that word. That's like a taboo, right? Double chin. I'm gonna say it again though, double chin. We need to think that way because there should be space back here. We need to have access to the base of our skull, right? If you can't feel that ridge under there, that's an issue, okay? You're gonna be having, oils are amazing, but it's not gonna fix that little spot that is just been compressed, okay? That's something we can help do, and the oils can help bring that blood flow. That aroma touch is amazing for increasing that blood flow with that cypress in there. You always add more cypress. Okay, so we want this positioning, and that goes into my last area. So what I was talking about earlier, that that shooting behind the eyes, there's little tiny muscles called suboccipital muscles, and they're way underneath here, right on. I should have printed off stuff. Sorry guys, I didn't really think about that, but probably halfway between like this ear bone here. You feel that little ear bone? Okay, right under the back of the ear, and your middle of your spine, right in between there, right in the middle of that is going to be your SCM muscles. Okay, so it's way up under there. And if you have an issue there, you're going to feel that. It's going to be tight, it's going to be very tender. And that's where you need to push. And it's just going to be a pushing up. And again, that double chin coming down so that you have length. You guys, our nerves come out of the spine, the spinal foramen. They innervate down our arms, they innervate up into our brains, they innervate the entire body, right? Into organs, into muscles, everything, skin. So if there's a lot of people is, well, I have spinal stenosis. Well, do you, or are you just having an issue that's now more mechanical in nature? Okay, so getting length under here and using those oils, bringing blood flow, and you are creating that space so that those nerves have more room to come out of those little holes. Okay, all right, how are we doing? Good?
This is awesome. Very, very good.
Another little tip you can do after like a post massage part is make a little figure 8. You tape athletic tape to tennis balls together, okay? And it makes a little figure 8, right? 2 tennis balls next to each other, and then you can go lay down on them, okay, on that base of the skull, and then get a little bit of extra help feeling that space. Makes sense? Okay. All right, so I'm now transitioning from head discomfort, hopefully that was helpful, and into reflexology use with our essential oils. Okay, so how many of you have heard like use your lavender or your balance or serenity on that big toe, right? Like, yeah, do you know why? There is a reason why. So in reflexology, so I'm grabbing out my Essential Life book here. So they have a nice little chart in the back. You can find charts on Google, anywhere. Okay, so here we go. Now, reflexology in general, it's over like 2,000 years old. It dates back to the Egyptians and even places in China. Okay, for Eastern medicine. So it's a very old modality. It's basically body mapping on your hands and your feet and your ears. Okay, so when you look at the two, let's look at the feet here, you know, next to each other, you can see the organs and everything, even head, okay, is mapped out as you would look at somebody on the, like as a body. Does that make sense? So as I'm going like this, if I were to stand back, it's going to map that same exact way as my body as you look at it, okay? So for that big toe, in the circle spiral of the big toe or the thumb, okay, is the pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland governs your hormones in your body, okay? Melatonin, serotonin, it governs your adrenal glands, so your adrenaline and all of our women hormones, progesterone, estrogen, luteinizing hormone, all of them, right? The list goes on and on. It's in the brain. The pituitary gland is in the brain, and then it sends messages to your adrenal glands, your pancreas, et cetera, thyroid, okay? And it helps govern those hormones. So using a calming oil at night on your pituitary gland is sending a message to the pituitary gland through reflexology that it's time to wind down and kick into those more relaxing and calming hormones. Now you can use an uplifting blend in the morning on that same exact spot, because again, you're trying to communicate, get those rhythms going. Okay, it's wake up time. Here we go. And for adults, so a lot of people say it's always big toe, big toe, big toe. You can do the thumb. If you have kids, use the feet. Okay, or if you don't prefer the smell, if you don't prefer the aroma, then yes, use your feet, and you can put socks on because you're still getting the benefit and you don't necessarily have to smell that aroma. Or like Karina always says, you can tuck it under something you do like. But I like for right now, for my hormone support stuff, I'm putting it on my pituitary reflex point of my thumb. You find the spiral, and usually when you're doing some sort of a reflex point, you can just apply it, but I usually like to really pinch that spot and work it a little bit. Now, depending where you are in your cycle or how you're feeling emotionally and all that kind of stuff, you might even notice if you're using something daily, there's times when it's very tender. Spend a little extra time there, okay? That's the reflex point telling you something. All right, so yeah, adults, feel free to use your hands. Okay, it's a lot faster, and then I don't feel like if it is winter, I have to take off my socks and apply it and then put them back on, or it's summer, I'm gonna go off and like rub oil now all over my my floor or something. So so feel free to use your hands. It's the exact same in the mapping. Very similar anyway, right? With your toes and hands and stuff. The ear's a little bit more complex, so I don't tend to use it, but feel free. That's all I really had planned for those two topics. Oh, another thing that was brought up in Essentially Spoiled, which is what Lisa runs, is that when you have eye issues, use the reflex points. That's a great place, because we can't use essential oils in our eyes or inside our ear canals. So my baby's up. So you can use it around the ear and even around the eye, but if you get too close, that can hurt. So really use that reflex point. The eyes on the hands is going to be first and second finger right here. Okay, and then same for on the toes. Okay, so really effective for that. Do you want me to go into the growing pains or growing discomfort issues?
Sure. Yeah, you have time.
Okay. I was going to just end here with a little bit more talking about nerve stuff. And through the lower back, a lot of people have discomfort and issues, overly excited sciatic nerve problems, right? So growing up, I dealt with, growing pains, right? That's kind of what it's called, that spasming of the lower limbs in the nighttime. Now that I've gotten older, I've realized my lower back's been very unstable, definitely in that lower like L5, S1, L4, L5. So right above where the sacrum is, okay? And the sciatic nerve comes out of those two, in between those two vertebrae, as well as through the holes in the sacrum, okay? And then it comes all the way down the legs. And a lot of times those issues in your lower extremities, Deep Blue Rub's amazing for that initial issue, okay? Rubbing it right on those, you know, those calves and stuff. It's very effective for that. But you want to more so get to the source, right? I'm always trying to puzzle out things and trying to get back to the source of the issue so that I can help resolve it, so that we're not going to deal with it as much. So again, using those different copaiba and stuff, and copaiba is great for littles, okay? It's so gentle and so amazing. Maybe the pink pepper, it's less intense than the black, but copaiba just by itself with that Deep Blue, or just in some lotion, you guys, is so amazing to be putting right on that spine, right, that lower back. Sometimes you can see the dimples, okay, you know what I mean, on that like lower back part. Okay, so that is your SI joint, sacroiliac joint, and if you go straight in from those little dimples and then up those next two vertebrae, that's that whole area you want to be in. And a lot of times it'll look a little puffy, even on the little kids, if they're having those issues. I really highly recommend seeing a good chiropractor monthly if you're having, or even bi-monthly for those issues too. Okay, I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing that to you, but I found amazing relief in making sure that those bones are placed well. Okay, we want to see a bone placer. All right, and then if you're also having those issues as an adult or even a child, that nerve innervates straight through one of our muscles in our glutes. And a lot of times we sit on our butt muscles. We shouldn't be doing that. If you are, you can cause a lot of extra compression and weight pinching that nerve off, okay? So spend a little time with your oils rubbing into basically the center of your butt. Okay, really get in there and just rub into that. And doing some stretches is great and things too, but be careful around that lower back. You don't want to be curving that over and doing like the cat-cow things and having more bending happening in your lower back, that L5S1, okay? That's very dangerous for your spine. So, so being aware of that and applying those oils right there can be very effective for that nerve issue. So, all right. Any questions?
That was great. If you guys have questions for Adri, go ahead and unmute yourself. See, she said, great information today. Thank you for sharing. So yeah, that was from Kelly. But yeah, that's amazing. I love the different points of easing head tension and where it all connects. That's incredible. But if you guys have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself. Does anybody have any specific questions? Kelly?
I actually do. I was meeting with a friend today who's interested in oils, and she said, you know, cinnamon oil triggers head tension for her. Is that something that you've heard before, or is it, she hasn't tried doTERRA before, so I don't know if it's just other cinnamon smells may bother her or trigger, you know, really bad tension for her.
Sure. I mean, and we can all emotional trauma that we're not aware of, and some sort of a set can trigger that emotionally, actual physical response too, or she's just physically sensitive to cinnamon. And if she hasn't tried doTERRA though, I would also say, well, you might not be with doTERRA. You know, like, is she ever smelled On Guard? Like a blend with cinnamon?
That, so I don't know if this is she has epilepsy also, so I know rosemary is not good, and I just was looking at the bottle for that, so I don't know if she's good to smell that, but that's how we started talking about it, because she was asking me if doTERRA had something similar to Thieves, and I'm like, well, actually they do. So.
Right. Yeah. And well, that's the great thing about doTERRA is like, oh, you don't like cinnamon, you don't like On Guard, that's okay. We've got copaiba, we have strong now. We have like, there's alternatives for her. So don't feel like you need to push that. Be like, okay, we've got something for you.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
You were saying for the head tension or head aches over on this side of the head or this side of your head to go and on the use the opposite arm. I can't use my opposite arm because I've had a stroke, and so I'm not yet. I can't, and so how do I do it? I mean, it's this side of my head that hurts, and so it's my left side, and that's my arm that I have to use. So what do you suggest?
It's easier. I found it just to be more like effective and easier to grip that way, but you can still definitely do it on this side. It's just be careful about your wrist. You don't want to be hurting yourself. So maybe not pinching, just doing the pulling down, okay? And even pulling it forward a little bit with some slow strokes forward.
Okay.
And then you end it going backwards though, because it's a back muscle. Okay, so then pushing it.
Okay. Well, it's been like 25 years since I've been, I have only the use of my left arm, so it's not gonna hurt my wrist any at all.
All right.
Thank you.
Yourself. Yeah, you're welcome.
Anybody else? This is, I love how it all works together and how you explain how it comes together. So this has been a treat. But if nobody else has questions, anybody else?
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. You're coming up on Christmas and everybody wants to feel really, really good for Christmas. So we are going to do a giveaway today. And so after I announce your name, please message Kenzie.
Stop.
Oh, yeah. You want the recording stopped. Okay, just a second.